Hi guys, so today I'm doing something that I'm really excited about, and I'm doing Inktober, and probably most of you have already heard of it. It's a pretty cool movement that a lot of artists are doing right now, but it's where you do an ink drawing every day of October. And I don't know, it's just really cool the way that it just brings this community feel to it where everyone's doing these ink drawings and you can see that other people are doing the same kind of effort as you, and it just kind of pulls all these online artists together in this like one unified cause, and I think that's really cool and really fun. And I've known about Inktober for a couple years now, but I haven't actually done it, and I don't know why, because I do love inking, as I talk about a lot. I mean, I love that. It's kind of like it was like made for me. So I am definitely making sure that I am making it happen this year, where I do it each and every day and not just kind of sporadically, but I want to give it, my all. I want to do it each day. And I think that would be really cool at the end to have 31 inked drawings that I've done over the span of a month. So for these first several ones that I've been doing, I actually got a new dip pen, and I'm really excited about this. Now, before, when I was doing a lot more of traditional inking, I would use more of like a micron type pen, so it was a felt tip, and you had a lot of control over it, but there wasn't a lot of flexibility as far as line width within that first stroke. So it had a lot of limitations, and honestly, it was a little bit tedious, and I've kind of gotten away from that, and I've really gotten full force into doing a lot more digital inking, and that's really where I get that fix for really sharp, clean line art. So now that I'm kind of going back to that, I find that I want something a little bit different. I like a little bit more of a sketchy look, or a little bit more of a loose, flowing look. So yeah, for this one, I did get a new dip pen, and this is something that I really haven't done a lot of practice in when I was doing traditional inking. So I'm excited about this. I think that doing an ink drawing every single day, this will really help me get some practice in using the dip pen. I did a little bit of a dip pen in the watercolor piece that I did last with a bunch of skulls, and I really loved that. I loved the feel of it. I loved kind of the sketchy texture that I was getting from it, and I was really excited about that. So I got a new one because that nib was really kind of really old and it wasn't doing so good. So I got new stuff, and I'm really excited. It's going to be a lot of fun, I think, to kind of get back into using this kind of medium, but in a totally different way than I have before. So in the progress of this month, I'm not going to do every single piece, probably an ink pen. I might. But I think that it'll really help, though, that I'm going to be putting a concentrated effort into learning it and practicing it and figuring it out and figuring out how to get certain types of textures and certain types of lines. And I'm excited about that, to have this very specific practice, because I think that this is something that I'd really like to do in the long run, especially in combination with doing watercolors. I'm starting to kind of realize that as far as my traditional work that I've been doing for myself, just for my own enjoyment, I think that this kind of a process is something that'll really work for me, doing watercolors and this like sketchy inked line art. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm actually a little bit unsure as far as how I want to proceed through Inktober, as far as the actual like paper that I'm going to be drawing on. So when I started, I cut out these 5x5 cards of smooth Bristol board, and I really like that. And I kind of had the intention of doing every single day on one of these cards. So in the end, I'd have 31 of these little artist cards that I've done, and I like the idea of them all kind of being this really unified piece, so that I can have this deck of them, and they would be one project at the end, instead of just ink drawings that are kind of scattered throughout my sketchbook and on random papers, which there's nothing wrong with that. I just kind of like the idea of having one project that I could have at the end to kind of reminisce and look back on. But by like the third day, I felt very constricted by the actual dimensions of this. And so yeah, I'm not sure if I want to continue doing one drawing on one of those cards each day, and then some days I'll do a larger one where I can get a lot more fancy with the inking and having a lot more complexity within it. And I think that that's probably what I'll do, because I don't want to give up on the card idea, because I think it is pretty cool, and I think that I'd really enjoy it at the end. So yeah, I think that that's probably what I'll do, is that there will be days where I do multiple Inktober drawings, so it's not like just one and then I'm done, because I'm actually really excited about this. So I don't mind doing multiple ink drawings, but I do want to make sure that I'm absolutely doing one of these cards a day. And they're pretty small, so I think that's pretty manageable, is that, you know, if I feel like I'm crunched for time, I can always do one of these little cards. I can get that done. And then if I feel really industrious or inspired for a certain thing, I can do a larger inked piece. So yeah, I think that I do actually know what I want to do as far as going forward in Inktober, and what I want at the end to go ahead and show myself and be able to look back on. And I kind of forgot to mention, but the ink that I'm using, and yeah, that's actually pretty important. It is Inktober, but the inks that I'm using are fountain pen inks, and I'm really excited about that. Now, I love using fountain pens, so I have a few really beautiful shades of fountain pen ink. And the beauty of using a dip pen, which I'm really excited about, is the availability of so many different shades and colors, and there's just so much more variety that I can use in my line art now that I can use these bottles of ink. There's just so many more brands than there ever was available as far as felt tip pens. So I'm really excited about that. It's like this whole new world of colors as far as line art is available to me, so I'm gonna have a lot of fun with that. And that is pretty much it for today. I do plan on filming, I think, pretty much all of my Inktober drawings this month. I'll probably group them up a little bit more than just 2 in a video, but I would like to document my process through this month, so I'm excited about that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to hit subscribe so you can catch all my future art videos. And until then, I will see you at my next one.